Good morning everyone, welcome back to a brand new video from a cloudy, kind of dull day here on Miracle Mountain, but we have lots to be getting on with as usual. A big storm swept through yesterday, a big windstorm, so that has created some cleanup work that I need to get on with this morning. You can see here that the wind was so strong that this nice neat pile of corrugated iron roofing sheets is now all over the place, but I'll come back and sort that in a little while. That's not a priority. So talking about priorities, I'm essentially a groundskeeper for a big piece of land. It just so happens that I own it. The work still needs to get done, and throughout the different seasons, different kind of work needs to happen at a specific time to make sure that everything flows really nicely into the summer months, where here in Portugal you can't really do a lot of kind of ground management. You can't be burning anything, you can't really be using anything with like a metal blade or a metal chain. So that means that certain things take priority. Like today, I've got a big fallen tree. It needs chopping up because I need to dispose of that before the fire ban, before the summer months. So if you're watching these videos, because I've seen quite a few comments going, why don't you just do this? Why don't you do that? Trust me, everything's under control, and I work with the seasons and prioritize what needs doing at that specific time. So I've just pulled up there on the way to where I'm heading to, because this branch here definitely needs to come down. It's semi-blocking the track. It's still alive actually. You can see the fresh buds on there. So it's still connected, but pretty sure I can just pull that down with my hands. It's little jobs like this that take the time around the property, because there's so many of them. There we go, that was easy enough. No need to go and get the long pole chainsaw. It's a nice cut as well. Can leave that how it is, it's not going to cause any damage to the tree. Beautiful tree actually, full of lichen. So pretty much all of our trees are covered in this lovely fluffy lichen, and this is a sign of really good air. I'm just going to drag it out the way of the road so it doesn't cause any more obstructions, and then I'll come and cut it up on my way back. The weather really can't make up its mind today. And I've not actually ever driven to this location, so let's see if I can even get there, or at least close. There is a track up here, but this is the closest I've managed to get. I've just parked in the shade under this tree in case the weather does change and it gets nice and warm. You can see the sun is poking through the clouds now, which is nice. So hopefully it will turn out to be a nice day. I could definitely do with trimming some lower branches down here so I can get the UTV and the tractor right up into this area. I've never driven here the whole time I've owned this property because they're big, thick branches and they're fairly low. Squarespace is a fantastic all-in-one online platform which enables you to build and create your very own website. We use Squarespace as a space for us to have our social media accounts, blog, shop, and even a newsletter all in one place. You can start out by choosing one of the many different templates for the base of your website in a number of themes. The themes are all customizable, so you can change the color, font, layout, and so much more to make the website perfect for you.
If you're stuck or have any questions, then you'll be happy to hear Squarespace has an award-winning customer support with 24/7 email, live chat support, a community forum, webinars, and so much more.
We highly recommend Squarespace and are so happy that we're able to give you a 14-day free trial and 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain using code indieprojects or by clicking the link in our description. So on the way to the tree that I'm about to cut up, there's two new trees that I've found. This one is right in the middle of the riverbed, so that is a priority, getting this one chopped up for sure. The other one's a lot bigger. This riverbed's dry at the moment, so it's all good because I've diverted all of the water possible into the pond to find that leak, but you can see it's very burnt right at the bottom, so it would have just died off and fell over into the riverbed. Lucky one of the things I wanted to do as a career when I was younger is forest management, so I'm definitely in the right place. Let's get cracking. So one tree down, onto the second one. This is a much bigger operation. A beautiful old chestnut that unfortunately has had its day. We've had a lot of wild boar activity recently, and you can see here this plaited turd, I'll call it, that looks kind of human is in fact wild boar. Also, you can see down here where it looks like the ground has been turned over. That's also the wild boar. And if I come around this way next to the tree that we're going to work on, you can see a very clear indication of a path that goes up there. And this is the tree that we're going to be tackling. Like I said, beautiful old chestnut, but it's fallen over, it's dead, it's had its day. things are going really nicely. I'm about 3/4 of the way through. I just wanted to stop and show you something, because with a tree like this that's fallen, that has so many limbs and branches, you have to be quite strategic. So you can see how much debris I've got in the aftermath of cutting this tree down. It was a big one. Lots of nice lengths of chestnut that I can use for something. And you can see here, I've left this branch and these branches here because it's holding up the main part of the tree. So if I cut them first, this tree would drop down onto the ground, which would make it a lot harder to work on this bigger section. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to go through, take off this one here, take off this one here, and then work on the main trunk. So that big chestnut tree is now cleared. It's still kind of in the way, but there's a nice path through. You couldn't even walk past it before. It was really tricky because where I am right now, I'm in a bowl. But yeah, let me show you, because it's a beautiful tree. So I've just left everything in place right now because I need to go and get some lunch. I'm really hungry. And then I'm going to crack on with something else. But you can see I've left some longer lengths, especially this one here, a really long bit, just in case I decide I want to mill that up or do something with it. There's lots I could do with this. And I cut off 2 really nice cookies. I mean, look at the grain on that. That's going to come up beautiful. So I might make these into some sort of chopping board or something like that. Let me know in the comments if you think that's a good idea.
Mister, can you stop for me? I ain't got much besides this guitar. Back a ways you'd find what else I own in the trunk of that damned old car. Don't know what blew, but it's smoking like hell, and man, it sure don't sound good. It made it clear it ain't going no further. Well, there's fury beneath that hood. It dragged my bones all the way to California, but it sure ain't taking me home. So if you got a spare seat and you're headed east, mister, that's where I'm going. I'm aiming for a holler in the hills of Appalachia. No sir, you wouldn't know the name. It's prettier than heaven and where I'm at the world, but it ain't got no other claims to fame. fame and fortune on this here California coast. But to tell the truth, long shots of rye whiskey was what I seemed to find the most. Hollywood don't want me, the radio won't play me, I guess I ain't their kind. And singing on the street, man, sure gets lonely when nobody pays me no mind. I ain't sorry that I tried it, I ain't sorry that I came, I ain't sorry that I bet it all. But in the words of Kenny Rogers, you gotta know when to fold 'em, and I ain't got the money left to call.
The weather has changed once again and it's just started raining. I quickly rushed the chipper under cover because the engine on that is really exposed. I don't want it sitting out in the rain, and it is forecast. I just looked for a downpour, so definitely want that under cover. But I managed to chip everything that I wanted to on the island, so that's a really good piece of work done. Let me show you. It doesn't look like much, but actually you can see compared to my hand, and it's really deep, probably about 3 foot deep. And look at this, it's absolutely gorgeous stuff. Bee will absolutely love this. She's out at the moment, but when she comes home, she's going to be very excited because this will be perfect mulch for her growing.
I'm down with the animals, Till's behind me, to do my afternoon animal chores, and that involves letting the goats out. Well, they're out in this area, but I've now opened up their fence so they can wander in the forest, and let the chickens out because they are eager for some foraging. I've just spotted Patty having a dust bath, which is brilliant. Good to see her outside rather than inside sitting on eggs that are not going to hatch. Okay guys, are you ready? On your marks, get set, go, go. Bit slow off the mark there. Let me take this. Where's Frenchings? Hey, this is empty, it was literally just in there. Where's Frenchels? Is she laying an egg? Sandy, do you want to come out? And now that the chicken's out having a roam, I'm going to put the fence back across and go with the goats for a little stroll around the football pitch, so I'm close to the chickens, but so the goats can go and get some fresh weeds, grass, and maybe some leaves if they can find any, but none have really come out yet. Seem to constantly have a broody hen, always. One of them is always broody, and I've never managed to break it. And at the moment, oh, hey French, you're laying an egg. Okay, well that was a surprise because every day I come and open this up and it's Patty there sitting on the eggs that have been laid that day. Soz French. Frenchie is not broody and is in fact laying eggs every day, so that was a massive surprise. I'm guessing because Patty is the lowest of the hen pack, flock is the word. She's probably been kicked out of there at the moment because Frenchie's trying to lay an egg. So that must mean Patty's actually out and getting some exercise and water and food, which is brilliant. Every time I come and do this, I think, oh, I should get a bungee so I can just easily loop it round. And have I done that? No, it's still a bow being tied every time. I need to put a bungee on there, then it'll be done in 2 seconds. This is a really nice spot here. There's like a stone that is used as part of the drainage system, and it means I can sit down and keep an eye on the chickens in front of me, and then the goats are behind me rummaging around under the cherry trees that haven't blossomed yet because there's loads of weeds there. So this is a really nice spot to just chill but be with all of the animals at the same time.
I have just brought the wood splitter up to where I've stored all of the logs that I cut on the island. I'm going to see how many I can get through right now. You can see there's some big ones in there, so it'll be a really good test for the splitter.
again. I've been hoping maybe we might find a little place that we like, out beyond the patio lights. Do ya wanna go way out beyond? Do ya wanna go way out beyond? Do ya? Do ya? Do ya? Wanna go way out beyond, do you?
So once again, I'm absolutely blown away by this machine. That is 30 minutes of wood splitting. It's an absolute beast. I cannot actually believe it. Look at it. That pile is massive, like actually massive. That is a week's worth of firewood in 30 minutes. And obviously Furrnando has come to make sure that the work is up to scratch. I've left these longer poles because I want to use them for something else other than firewood, because they're nice Douglas fir. So I have just put the wood splitter away in the workshop, and I thought I'd just address a question that I've been getting a lot lately, and that is, why have we stopped work on this stone house renovation behind me? So the truth is, I haven't actually stopped work on this renovation project. It just so happens that everything's quite boring and going on behind the scenes. So the last update I gave you guys was the topographical survey actually going on to map out the contours of the property so that the architect can then work with that data. Well, that data is being sent over to the architect this week, I have been told. A little bit disappointed. It's taken longer than I ever imagined, over a month, to get this data to the architect. And the architect can't really do anything until he has that data. I'm really looking forward to going in, sitting down and going through my design ideas with the architect, because that's the creative part. That is a really fun part of the project. We get to make this place an amazing place for you guys to come and stay. So I hope that cleared up a few things. Things will move on a little bit quicker, but we have to get all sorts of permissions and lots of other surveys done before we can actually start building stuff. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.